listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, live from the castle of Goof On. Hope you guys are doing well, as am I. Made it home safe and sound, and a story that goes with it. I don't want to spend too much time on the traveling, for we have a full show for you once again on this Sunday evening at our new time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 back on the old one, ding, 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 5 p.m. Pacific. Actually, it's 5 after. I do that to throw off the algorithm and throw in a 3.5-minute intro. Egg all over the beginning we go. So, we did the LA thing, and it was everything I thought it would be, and more. You know, you go on vacation with family, your girlfriend, spouse, whatever. It's all cute. Right? You make your little plans out. Oh, we're going to go to the castle. We're going to go there. Then we're going to eat over here. And then we're going to go over here and dance. You and I, we haven't danced in years. We're going to go dancing. And then after that, we'll go to the smoke shop. You can do your thing. I'll do mine because I like the menthol. And the next thing you know, we're in bed together. But when you go with your friends, let's go to a concert. Let's record a concert. Let's go make a video at Nakatomi Plaza. Let's go across the street, Fox Studios, and make it look like we're important. Because we are. And we were. Third Phase of Moon was, at least. I can't believe these guys are working and playing at a high level. And actually, it isn't. It just looks that way. I was intrigued by the whole thing. I sucked it all in. I see I don't have the bell on right now, but my goodness, already to start out, World in Chaos 76 with a 1999 super chat. The pudding cups are on me tonight. Yes. Yes, because obviously the cleaning lady was here and cleaned up the dirt while I was gone. So thank you for that, World in Chaos 76, right off the bat with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. That's mucho generoso right there. Appreciate that. I do. Like, it's unbelievable. It's just weird to me. You know? Tina Mobley, no! A 99-cent super sticker. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It is a face doing with eyes that are hearts. It's an emoji and the mouth going with the heart. I agree. Thank you. I'll take that any day of the week. Thank you very much, Tina, who also has Gypsy Jewelers down. We do the giveaway, sort of, the raffle, maybe, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And she makes the bracelets up that say Goof On, has a shop. Go check it out. The link's all the way at the bottom in the show's description. And I thought that would be a good place because everybody scrolls in those things. You go all the way to the top, all the way. I can't do it at the top, I had to put it at the bottom. I thought that was the best place because people always scroll too high or too low. It's a very smart move on my part. I really don't know what I'm doing, Tina. I just want to bring you attention because you're so nice. Thank you very much for that. So I'm making a video. Like I had... Hold on. My cousin was texting me. It was her birthday today, and I guess she thought I was still doing the old time slot. Okay, so I had a 17-hour flying day. Not to spend too much time on this, but let me just tell you, it was a long day. A delayed flight that was delayed twice made me late for my connecting flight from Dallas to Tampa. And had to wait 2.5 hours for that flight, which was delayed 30 minutes. And by the time I got home, I got to the airport at 6:15, let's just say 6 a.m. You ready? Got home at 10 p.m. What is that, 12? 16 hours. The sad thing was, even though my one flight was delayed, my connecting flight was delayed 20 minutes. And I got there with 10 minutes. See, they stopped the boarding 15 minutes before the flight actually takes off. I missed that by 5 minutes because they were delayed. So I almost made it. I have to tell you, I didn't eat all day except for 2 crackers and a half a Coke. Didn't eat. Barely slept, but I did rather well. That trip rejuvenated me. I tell you, I feel really good. Tonight, I want to talk about, well, just everybody, including something that's happening with me. And you know what? I'm gonna be a nice person for once, because even though there's, I think, a lie that's going on about me right now. See, this is why I don't like Discord. I don't like Facebook. I don't like Twitter. Because people take the things you say and twist them around to fit whatever narrative they want. Right? So I haven't been on the platform. You know this, right? Over a week. Discord, I'm hardly on. The last time I think I wrote anything significant on Discord was 10 days ago. And we had a situation in Discord. And I'll bring it up because I think it's rather important you know about this. And for the person involved who's accusing me of saying something that I don't think I said or whatever I've said But apparently we had somebody who was in our show named Shelly. Shelly's a little paranoid. and let everybody know about all the computers she has. And I'm going to talk about it because she openly talks about it. So I don't feel like I'm violating anybody's privacy. I'm violating anybody's personal space or story, since that's how I learned about it, through her being public, going on social media, talking about how 8 of your computers and cell phones and everything's hacked, right? But I believe there's something else going on. This Shelley person can't be everywhere, right? So there's so many rumors going on. Like, Shelley was a friend of the show a year ago, let's just say a year ago. Then for some reason, Shelley disappeared and went over to somebody who hates GoofOn. Stayed there for 6 months. Then he made her upset. She cried her eyes out to me in an email, saying how sorry she was she left, and begged that I forgive her, which I did. I said I wasn't even mad, don't even care, because I don't pay attention to that stuff too much, you know what I mean? So she's been around for 6 months. Everything's going great. The next thing we know, she's telling us stories like she's got multiple personality syndrome or something's wrong. But it's really odd. Like, the men in black are after me. You know, one of those people who thinks everything's coming after them? That's her. I didn't make it up. She said it. She said it. That's how I'm interpreting it. So I'm just letting you know. This isn't my opinion. This is what I read. And I'm not going to go into details, but just giving you the rough edges here on the story. So, in Discord, people started thinking that a subscriber to GoofOn named TV Invent, who's donated to the show, friendly to the show, also joined Discord. But people thought, because I had to block Shelley on Discord, it was getting, I'm going to sue you. How dare you tell me this? You know, people didn't believe her story and she was just piling it on, wouldn't leave anybody alone. Why aren't you paying attention to me? I was trying to get help from Rich, which, by the way, I ignored. I don't want to help somebody who's got so many more problems than me that no matter what I say, there's no way in hell she would ever believe me or want to try. Because I've been down the road before with people like this. You try to tell them, look, nobody's after you. Yeah, but look, nobody would spend if they wanted you dead, you'd be dead. Yeah, but listen, they're not in your brain. They're not talking to you. You're not a Manchurian candidate. All right? You're not, what's the other one where they controlled the kids? You're not one of them. Yes, I think I am. You think you are. Hey, I wanted to be Luke Skywalker. I just couldn't do it. So I'm not him. Get it? Took me 2 seconds to figure that out. But if you want to go online and tell everybody about all your problems, this is what happens. Now we think TV Invent might be Shelley. So I think I made a comment like, I said, I don't think so to some people. There's no way. I've actually spoken with the person. Seems like a dude whose name is Tim. Tim's threatening to take me down because he said I associated him with Shelley and made him sound like he was crazy, which is bullshit. So I asked for the proof. He says, oh, I got the proof. And I said, send it to me here on Discord so I can see it. I want to see what I said, because if you don't apologize in public, I'm going to take you down. I said, I need to see the proof. Oh, I'm going to give you the proof here and everywhere, he says. So I blocked him. You don't want to negotiate? You don't want to talk to me? Fine. You want to run around, then sends me an email, calls me a pussy. And I said, hey, just show me the proof. You know, that's all I said. Show me the proof. I wasn't even mad. No proof. Everybody's got proof. I'm going to take you down. Your reputation's going down. So here's what I want to do. Tim, sorry if I said anything out of line. Okay? For real. Even if you didn't make the threat, I would apologize. Because there's no way in hell I would ever mean that towards you. And if you are Shelly, you deserve it. But if it is you, show me what I said. But I'm sorry that you're upset. I would never want anything intentionally to ever go badly towards you. I would never do that. I would never say TV invent is definitely Shelly. I mean, I don't know. So that's what I'm going through. And I apologize if I did anything wrong. I'd like to see the proof. I don't see it, but, you know, I don't want to hurt somebody on purpose or by accident. No, on purpose I would. Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. I wouldn't want to hurt anybody on accident. So I need to see what I read, see what the context was. Maybe I can explain, unless there's an imposter out there who thinks they're me and is acting like me and is saying things on my behalf, which, by the way, wouldn't be cool. Roll call, everybody. Yeah, that's right. We're still doing roll call. Ms. DJ, welcome to the show. B. Baker, welcome to the show. Samantha Morris, welcome to the show. Blue Chicken, welcome to the show. Coral Ann, welcome to the show. Good to see you. It feels like a month, right? I feel like I've been gone a month. What a nice feeling being back home. I'm telling you, I need a drink. I got cotton mouth. By the way, I hardly smoked the whole week. Didn't even vape for almost 2 days. Didn't have any problems either. I'm not hooked. Usually I don't like to drink on camera, but that was an emergency. Mark Brady, welcome to the show. Welcome. Paul Cargo, I made up my mind. I want you to come on later. He's got a revelation about the future of ufology. So he's going to chime in later. I will send the link in the description just for Paul. Actually, I'm going to email it to you so nobody else has it, because I only want you to come on, nobody else. All right? So I'll email you, and I'll get you the link in a few minutes. You know, when a video's playing, I'll send you the link, and we'll have you come on. So that'll be interesting. JP Besson, welcome to the show. Mr. K, welcome to the show. Oh, and by the way, Paul Cargo, welcome to the show. Mario UFO, welcome to the show. Matt, welcome to the show. Gigi Abby Lynn, welcome to the show. Did I say it already? B. Baker. 2 B's are better than 1. Welcome to the show. Coral Anna. Oh, I already said it. Okay, welcome to the show. Offworld Adam, welcome to the show. Rob, what? Welcome to the show. Kingfish Kebab, welcome to the show. Dark Sky Files, what's up? RICH. This thing's jumping all over. All right. Diomnia, welcome to the show. Jody O'Mara, welcome to the show. Preacher with the 3 instead of an E, welcome to the show. Dylan, welcome to the show. IR Film, I don't remember if I said it, I'll say it again. Welcome to the show. Wildwood, welcome to the show. Ben Yorkshire. No UK? Okay. Welcome to the show. See what I did there? Star Hunter, welcome to the show there. Hey, Felicia Flores, welcome to the show. Tomas Robert, welcome to the show. Manny, Area 503, very funny video. 30-second Lou, or 1 minute Lou. Yeah, I'll play. Can I? All right, I'll play it in a little bit. It's funny. Tim Tinson, welcome to the show. Got it before the screen moves. South Point 1360, welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Paul J, welcome to the show. I think we're done. Tina Mobley, welcome to the show. Zofa, welcome to the show. Nathan Allen, welcome to the show. Justin, welcome to the show. First Floor Audio, welcome to the show. There you are, Justin. Gustav van Vieren, welcome to the show, my friend. John Hintz, welcome to the show. Is it Heinz? I don't think it's Heinz. Maybe it is. Did I say it already, Mr. Fessler? Thomas Fessler, welcome to the show. Mr. K, welcome to the show. Too Much Info, welcome to the show. Helen Crystal Energy, welcome to the show. Nathan, show. John Haggett with 2 T's, welcome to the show. I think we're done. Cindy, woo! Welcome to the show. Batting. Fourth. In the cleanup. Position. Paul. Tavares. Welcome to the show. What is this? D. Cooper, welcome to the show. Frapsap Frapsappuccino, welcome to the show. And Matt, I already said it, welcome to the show. That's it. We're done. Got everybody in. John Vittor, you're the last one. Welcome to the show. All right. We're rocking and rolling. That was only 4 minutes and 18 seconds. We'll have to put that. I'm going to put up the show channel chapters again so you guys can skip through stuff. If any of you are listening to this now, you will see show chapters. Not now, but on the replay, I meant. So yeah, the new time seems nice. According to YouTube analytics, I have 60% of my subscribers are online right now. And if I was to go 2 hours later, that drops to about 30%. So, got more subscribers here. It's nice to see. All right, let's get rocking. All right, hold on a second. I tell you what, it feels like I was gone for a long time. You know what the best part about the trip was? In the moment. Everything was in the moment. There was no real, what I call, downtime. Now, I didn't feel good the first couple of days I was there. Had a stomach virus. I don't know why. Stomach something lasted all week, but when I got there Sunday, the rest of that day was pretty much wiped out. They went out, and I slept. And then at night, I was very, very tired, listless. But the next day, I got a little better, was still no energy, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I was perfect. As good as I've been in years. So that was tough. But I don't know, man. It felt like going out there, and I don't know if it was the detachment from whatever was attached to me snapped off. I felt like I was tethered to something. And then when I woke up Tuesday, it's like it had totally released itself from me. And I felt, I told him, I haven't felt this good. I can't tell you. In years. It's been years. Because that's how it feels. Like the last 3 years for me have been so up and down. I've never really felt, even as I'm speaking now, never felt this good. So it's like, I don't know. I was kind of worried about coming back home. But you know what I found out the secret is? And I really do believe this is it. And for those of you who are 40 years old, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. If you're 30, 35, 40, you got to do something. I'm talking like, I don't care if it's walking, biking, recumbent bike, doing push-ups, you got to do something. I learned that this lockdown thing that happened wiped me out because I was doing nothing. And I slowly became jello. Literally went from somebody who was pretty active to jello. Never been this way. But I think I had to hit that bottom to realize it. Watching these guys, the Cousins brothers, constantly doing something and rewarding themselves at the end of the day for a job well done, whatever it is they had planned. During the day, we were filming stuff, and at night we were talking about it, and it was rather fun. They're going to say I probably didn't look like I was having fun. I was just soaking it in. Other people came over. Dr. J Radio Live came over one night. He was supposed to come over a couple other nights. Never did. Apala Asteria. Let me tell you something. You know Apala, right? I think she's in part of the show tonight. I'm playing a clip from Third Phase of Moon. It's part of the show. I think she's in it, not sure. But anyway, if you don't know her, well, anyway, she's a panelist on Third Phase of Moon. Seeing her off camera and talking to her, She might be one of the coolest people I think I've met. It's hard to explain. We kind of chatted about it a little bit, like Apollo's really an old soul. She's an old soul. I got goosebumps because it was very surprising. I don't get that impressed with people, and she impressed me. And not that she was out to impress or needed to, but I thought she was that unique that I felt like I should say it, because Apollo gets a bad rap because she dresses a little differently. Her hair is, bright or red, I think, purple, green, pink or something, and she wears gloves. But I tell you, that shouldn't matter on anybody, right? What you see, it's always what's on the inside. And I never judged her. I always thought she was good at what she did as a panelist. We all need work. Nobody's perfect. But in person and getting to talk to her personally and listening to what she was talking about with other people and the way she interacted, it was impressive. I liked everybody was phenomenal. The first night or first 2 days, Darcy Weir was there. Darce Weir, from Esoteric Review, that you can find on Third Phase UFO Report. And he was in the first day's show when we were walking down the pier and doing my show. He's the guy with the beard. He's a filmmaker. You know some of his stuff. Anyway, he was impressive. He was one of those people that, some people find him a little verbose. I thought it was needed, especially when we were walking down the pier and trying to talk to people. Like, do you know what a UAP is? He's got a really great, very sarcastic personality. He's always joking. And I think I'm that way. And I've always tried not to be that way. But he had me laughing inside. And because I like that kind of edge in comedy. But he's a real smart guy. Young 37-year-old filmmaker, man. He's making it. And has a lot of contacts and really good films. And I thought his company fit right into the puzzle. We all do something differently. And of course, Dark Hour Paranormal Michael Roser, who I have nothing but the utmost respect for. This guy, let me tell you, not a lot of people like him. That's for sure. That is for sure. I am looking. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Need a drink. Little cotton mouth. Talk about a class act. Michael Roser is everything you thought he was and more. That guy's cool. He's an old soul. See, I think I'm a young soul. I'm like a baby. I do things sometimes, and even though I know what's right or wrong, I think it's funny and I'll say it. And sometimes it may be out of place. Say the wrong thing at the wrong time. I still do that at 53. I saw a lot of me and Darce, because when I started out, I was his age in this field. I wish I could have his experience at 37 years old, but Michael was phenomenal. They made a couple of videos. I just did behind the scenes stuff. Went to Nakatomi Plaza. That was unbelievable. But Michael's really down, man. He's a sponge, if I've ever seen one. And I think I am, too. I don't know, man. I'm a weird person. I like to watch. I don't really need to talk. But I think my face makes me look like I'm not enjoying myself. I couldn't have been a happier person. But anyway, without getting into too much more of it, because I am making videos and narrating over things we did, we will move on to subject matter in the show tonight. I want to start off, and thank you all for all your support to get me out to California. And we're still using that help for the next trip, which I want to go to Washington, and I want to go by myself unless somebody wants to come with me. Michael or anybody else. And film, because I want to go out and stand in front of the Capitol in Washington and the White House, whatever. Say, release the aliens, you know, shit like that. Have a bunch of signs made up. Somebody will see me. Maybe Tucker will be walking by. That guy's got the weirdest laugh lately. He's just weird sometimes, man. But I want to wet your palate here with the video somebody sent to me, and it was an email, but I'm going to show it. What else am I going to do? All right. So this is from Twitter. I don't know. You tell me. Oh, shit. Hold on. Stupid screen. Hold on. I am going to say that the object you are about to see is real, but I don't think it's what we think it is. Some of you may have seen this already. I don't know. Anybody seen this? 4th of July? Fireworks? That thing's rotating. You know, the thing about this is things are coming out the bottom of it. So I think this is some sort of firework drone or balloon that's spinning and spitting out. These things are falling out one by one. Doesn't it seem like that? Right? It's a hot air balloon and they're just dropping fireworks. But what's coming up here and here? Why are they firing off here? It's all around too. I think it would be pretty dangerous to be shooting bottle rockets or whatever they would. I mean, that's got to be up there. But the problem is we're only seeing this. We don't get a reference to see how high it is. So I'm going to call bullshit on this one. Hold on. Oh, I guess I didn't watch the whole thing. That thing's high up. That's about 500 feet. See, look. Oh, they're firing all around. Look at these. Look. Are they dropping them out of a plane or what? Pretty cool. Yeah, the sound gave it away. You think? It's fireworks. Of course it's fireworks, but what is this? This has got to be a fireworks distributor. And that came from Think Tank at 528 hertz on Twitter. Oh, it's good to be home. We had the piano tuning guy come over. Everything's good. I was going to play something for you guys, but I hurt my hand. Stupid. Alrighty. Where are we? Let's get rid of this. Mick West. Let's do a little Mick. Wow, what's today? 25th? Well, I don't know what this means. Hold on. He says, a 1975 list of objects that have been interpreted as UFOs. About the only one I've not seen is cigarette ends. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I can imagine in the dark countryside a lit cigarette might be visible quite some distance off and move in odd ways. I think what it means by cigarette ends is that end piece You know where you almost smoke the cigarette all the way to the end, there's still some white paper, and then you get to the nub? Or does he mean cigarette ends, the lit ends? Balloons and blimps, beacon lights, birds, bubbles, cigarette ends, clouds, comets, dust storms. How could dust storms be perceived as a UFO? Feathers, fireworks, flares, fog and mist reflections, insect swarms. Yeah, that might. Kites, of course, leaves, yeah. Lighthouses, lightning. As a UFO, well, we've seen them in UFOs, yeah? I can't stand it when I'm this small. I mean, not even seen. There you go. Meteors. All right. Military experiments, which could be everything. The moon. Parachutes. Planes, especially experimental aircraft or aircraft reflecting the light of the sun or the moon, their navigation or landing lights. That's a whole mouthful. Planets, rockets, satellites passing overhead or burning up when re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. Searchlight refractions from low clouds. We've seen those before. You know when they have like a new movie or an event and they got those lights, then they go like this? Capiche? Smoke, yeah. Spiderwebs, yeah. I've done that. I've made that mistake. Stars, street lamps, the sun, tumbleweed, vapor trails, and window reflections. There's got to be more in there. I didn't see bugs. Where's insects? Oh, they have insect swarms. Balloons. You know what's not in here because this was years ago? Drones. Drones. You would add that to the mix right now, wouldn't you? Hey, Shane Rodriguez. What? A $9.99, $10 super chat. Sorry, brother, got here late. Had company over and lost track of time. Hope the show is going good so far. Hope also your trip back went well with no problems. Yeah. You're going to have to listen to the beginning of the show for what happened, Shane. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. As always, super mucho generoso with the $10 so. Thank you, man. Dark Hour Paranormal. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Area 503, welcome to the show. Stuart Bodwell, welcome to the show. X1, welcome to the show. Shane, welcome to the show. Guys, keep it coming, man. Don't boost the TV. Hey, Rich. Hey, who turned them off? It's Tyson. I'm glad your trip was okay. It was better than okay. Thank you very much. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yes, I did get some sun. You can see. Yeah, I guess you can't. I'm getting a treadmill delivered tomorrow, so I can do exercising without having to go in the sun. It's hot out. And get home, my air conditioning in the car doesn't work anymore. How? It was working, freezing cold when I left. Come home a week later, no AC. I can hear it, but then nothing. You can hear it trying to kick on. Yeah, maybe it's spinning, the belt's broken, I don't know. This list is far from complete. It says all kinds of everyday objects and events can result in a UFO. Thank you. We know. Anyway, that was interesting. That was a 1975 list. Tim Tinsent with the $10 super chat says, who's dad, man? You, Rich. Who's dad, man? You, Rich. Huh? Who's dad? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Who's dad, man? Who's dad? Who's that man? Who's Batman? I'm dad? I don't know. But thanks, Tim. All right, I'll take it. I could have faked it. I didn't want to fake that I understood. Who's dad, man? Did I forget something? Did I forget something that I was talking about and I don't remember what did I say? Anyway, thank you, mucho gusto, generoso. Shane with another $5 super chat. I will catch up with what I missed later. Did you and the guys get a couple of drinks on me Friday night? Actually, we did. at Whiskey A Go Go. Yes, thank you very much. I told all the guys, this is from Shane. Everybody said, thanks, Shane. But nobody knew. Nobody knew what that meant. And it was so loud in there. No. Of course, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I think some of you sent for tacos. So, you know, thank you for that too. Yeah. Thanks, Shane. Whiskey A Go Go. If you're not familiar with Whiskey A Go, let me see something. Hold on. Hold on. I think I have a video that's ready to play. Just, oh no, is it? It better be. Yeah. Oh my God, everything loaded up finally. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to show you Whiskey A Go Go. This was the first night. This is a this is a place where rock and roll is known to thrive in LA. Whiskey A Go Go. Everybody knows it. First time it's opened in 450 plus days because of COVID, the lockdown. And we were there by invite. All day they were making videos, or I think 1 or 2 videos for MTV. You got to see the video of Brent Blake and Michael. And who was the other guy there? Who else was with us? Darce? Down by the stage. Anyway, here it is. I'm going to play it. See what happens. This is from my phone. This is the beginning. They're called Fast Times, and they play 80 cover band music. Or they play 80 songs. Something. They're a cover band. That's what I meant to say. One guy looks like Slash. One guy, the drummer, the guitarist looks like Slash. The drummer's the drummer from the Devo band. I forget who the other guy was. And the singer was Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And they're there every Monday. What a great phone. Oh, wait, I can't play it. It's Bon Jovi. Ah, screw it. Yeah! Come on, baby! Once upon a time, not so long ago. So that was that. I don't want to play it. I'm scared. They might shut me down. They might shut the stream down. It's happened before. So I didn't want to give them too much. That was pretty cool, huh? I'll play another video without the sound, maybe. Oh, here's us walking up. I can show this. I was still sick this night. I was really out of it. Here at the Whiskey. A go-go?
A go-go.
Is that how you do it?
That's how you do.
It's a... Yeah, we're going to have to do B-roll.
Yep.
We'll come around after. Man, what the fuck are you doing? There's Darcy. Oh yeah, I gotta get the board. Where's he going?
He has all the. I was going to go to the ATMs.
Oh, we need cash?
I guess. I don't know. We
No.
Right here, I paid for the parking, so maybe it's going to grab some cash.
There's Brent. Yep, that was Brent and Blake getting us in. So that was when we first got there. Here's some B-roll footage I got, just so you can see what it looks like from outside. What a great camera. And of course the pole is in the way. Down on this
I gotta
side,
come over here.
there was a Rolls-Royce SUV.
It's just a pole.
What's up, Chains? What's up, Chains?
The fucking pole's in the way.
Sorry.
So we gotta go a catty corner over here.
Caddy corner.
See? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Go.
Why can't we find a wallet full of money?
It's not credit card on the ground earlier.
No way.
Yeah. But they traced that.
Well, it's not worth it.
I couldn't. I should have stopped right there. There's that beautiful, active. Was this Sunday night? No, this was Monday night. This was Monday night. Michael Roser presents 80s concert experience. Anyway, that's that. This is just all stuff I would usually edit in, but I've already got some stuff ready. Yeah, and then this was... Here's a panoramic shot of the roof. See if this works. There's the panoramic view. So that's there. Whoops. Hey! No! Well, that stopped working on me. What did I do? What did I do? All right, let's get back to work here. Here's something cool. I was leaving Florida. The Keys. No, that's not the Keys. I was just... little bit of plane footage. Got it all in there. What else we got? This, I don't want to show you that. Here is, you saw us at the pier, right? We were at Santa Monica Pier. If you keep going straight out, you hit Hawaii. Straight. Just keep going. The water's like right there. It is. It's right there. You see it? Pretty wild stuff. Oh, that was that. We thought that was maybe the Nakatomi Plaza. At least I thought it was. It was not. What else we got? There's me and Michael. He's chilling. Somebody took a... Michael freaked out for a second showing me karate. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh, karate. And Michael's like, I am wise. And then I was like, yeah, karate. You guys know that shirt and hat. All right. I think that was our first night there. Here's something really nice. Where we went on our bike ride on the Santa Monica Pier. I don't know why my arms are tired. Yep, my arms were tired. I wasn't used to doing any activity, so I was tired everything I started doing. Yeah, we rode 7 miles that day. Those bikes were super easy to ride too, man. Here we are, riding down the bike trail. Got a UFO right there. You can, I mean, that's a real UAP right there, Jeremy. That's... Anyway. Just a lot of cool stuff. Don't want to show you everything. But let me show you how big this tree right next door was. Huge. Right down the street. That is one tree right here. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was nice. 75 degrees. 65 at night on average. It was a good time. I got so much more to show you. Let me show you one thing. This was just seen pretty much almost everywhere. Not everywhere, but this is very weird. She was talking to nobody. She's talking to nobody. There's nobody there. I think she was practicing. That whole conversation. There's nobody sitting there. Sad. There's her home. Yep. There was some interesting characters. Let's just say that. All right, let's get... I don't know why. I guess I wanted to show you a little bit of something. I didn't want to not show you anything tonight, but I do have a video that I'm making that'll be much better than everything you just saw here. So much to show you. Hopefully it'll... Yeah, it's just fun. Just having fun. All right. I've got a lot more here. Where are we? So, in a few minutes, I wanted to talk to you about a psychic, a physicist, and a ufologist have what in common? Matter of fact, we could talk about that right now. What do they have in common? A physicist, a psychic, and a ufologist. And all of them seem to be in the field. Would you not agree with that? Stanton Friedman was a physicist, a nuclear one at that. Psychics are used, you know, CE5ists. Those are psychics. People who do CE5 are claiming they're psychic. They can talk to aliens. All right, no, I'm wrong. You know what? I'm wrong. I'm thinking of channelers, and I said psychic. No. Take erased, Jurassic erased. Forget I even said psych. You want to end it now? Should we just end it? What do they all have in common? A ufologist, a physicist, and a psychic. But isn't it psychics that talk to the dead, right? They talk to the dead. Some claim to talk to... Yeah, I think it is a psychic. What? But could it be a channeler? All right. What do they all have in common? They're not all liars. I've seen some of you write earlier. No. They're right and they're wrong. Everything they say, maybe the physicists can prove more, but right, aren't they right and they're wrong? Isn't something... do physicists actually have... Am I wrong? Well, it sure sounded good when I wrote up the title. Where was I going? Ufologists are never right and they're never wrong. They just have this information that you have to dissect and figure out if it's the correct information or not, with very little to bounce off of and very little to collaborate the information. For instance, if you want to go back and look at the Admiral Wilson files, you could, that thing, when it came out, everybody was like, wow, this is great information. Then the next couple of days later, it was all bullcrap. And everybody's, no, that's not real. So did the disinformation agent come in and muddy the waters on that Admiral Wilson debacle. Psychics, you know what? Psychics are right and they're wrong because they generalize. I think that's where I was going with the Physicist. Yeah, it didn't work. Maybe I'll change the title of the show to Got Nothing. Very strange world we live in. I don't like it. I've talked many times about getting out of this field entirely and starting something else or going off into another venture because we're in a field where we're always coming up against the wall. It's one step forward, two steps back. And usually the information we get, if you look at the recent past, you can tell the information that we've gotten really doesn't make sense. What Elizondo says doesn't make sense. UAP doesn't make sense. Unidentified aerial phenomenon? But I thought they were going in the water as well. And in space. And through things. You look at Jeremy Corbell's videos. Terrible. Right? I was watching Stephen Cambion today from TRUTHSEEKERS. He did a show that was really focused around, oh my God, I can't remember the guy's name. Let me pull it up real quick, and I want to show you a few minutes because, oh shit. You can tell it's on the tip of my tongue, right? Hold on, let me see here. Billy Brooks, is it? Hold on. Oh, you son of a... Oh, Billy Carlson. That's who it's about. Billy Carlson is a criminal.
And other people...
Like, I really didn't know this about the guy. But he's been in a lot of trouble for bank fraud, stalking, and I was just talking about this the other day about you-know-who, Glockner, how people wouldn't associate themselves with him because he's got such a checkered past now. And he was on Jimmy Church's show. Well, Jimmy Church doesn't give a shit. That's the whole thing. Jimmy Church only cares about one thing. Himself. That's true. That's all I care about. Do you see my coffee? It's all about Jimmy Church. Buy my coffee. Hey, Tyler Glockner's on tonight. He's had a difficult past few years. Right, Tyler? Head up his ass. I am now inside your colon, and I must say, you are recovering wonderfully. Ha ha ha! Coffee did it. Why people associate with Tyler is only for one thing. And if anybody does it, look, until he gives a public apology on his channel, and I'm not talking about Discord or Twitter, on the channel, that's where it all thrives. Anyway, it's not about him. It's just about the type of person. Well, Billy Carlson has just as bad a past, and this guy's getting a green light, making shitload of money in the field now. It's crazy. And Stephen Cambion pointed it out, and he said I can play it. So I'm going to play it. I forgot about this. This is amazing. I don't know if you guys heard this. You got to check out TruthSeekers. This guy gets in deep. Does a good job. Does his research.
Clarity and clarification. I want to make it extremely clear that I've invited Mr. Carlson to come on the show tonight. I've invited Nick Pope, Linda Moulton Howe, Richard
Dolan.
Richard Dolan. I'd even invite Jimmy Church. They're all free to come on the show. And if they want, they can email me or DM me on Twitter right now, and I will send them the show link to the show. And they, to me, they worked for him. It was his conference. He wanted them to do it. I'm sure he paid them. He was the person running the conference. So what we have is all of these big UFO celebrity stars, right, who've been on Ancient Aliens and Tucker Carlson, and, you know, they have the biggest followings, all working for a convicted felon who was convicted of fraud previously, and he has other criminal convictions, most recently for stalking. Previous, he also had some sort of conviction for domestic violence. Now, another person sent me a nasty message and say, well, this is just guilt by association, and you can't blame those people because maybe they didn't know that he was a convicted fraudster. Friends, the fact that Billy Carlson, also known as other names, right? Also known by William Tyrone Carlson before he legally changed his name to Billy Carlson.
Hey, you know, I'm not playing this because I think it's funny or anything like that. I'm playing this because I didn't know this about Billy Carlson, if that's his name. And if somebody asked me if I wanted to work with him, I would have worked with him. Not everybody checks somebody's background. You know what I mean? I've never checked up on anybody to see if they have a record before I have them on my show or associate with them. Because I believe in a world where you have to watch your own back, and I treat people the way I'm treated. So I think I do. I treat people the way I want to be treated, I think. The people I want to associate with. So if me and Billy Carlson got to talking and we became friends, I wouldn't have known about his past. Does it matter, though, in the grand scheme of things, for the greater good? If this person is nasty, let's. What if we found out Greer, right, lied about everything? He just made it up because he wanted to make money. What would you say if he came out and said CE5 doesn't work? Let's say he's on his deathbed. It never worked. It never did. I just needed to make a living, and I found this was the best way to do it for me. People bought into it, and I feel guilty about it now, and I wanted to get this off my chest before I go wherever. How would you feel if you donated money to Stephen Greer's causes? If that was the case, that's a little different than Greer saying, hey, I robbed a few banks to get this money to fund my show, and nobody ever caught me. Now, I may not last another week in this condition, but I wanted to get that off my chest. I was the one who robbed First Interstate Bank for $180 million. You know, something like that. How would you feel? How would you feel if his name wasn't Stephen Greer? You know what I mean? What if he wasn't a doctor? So you have to take into account somebody's history if it's bad, because that says a lot about the person. And what Steve Cambion of TruthSeekers goes into is that Carlson is pretty much a bullshitter and a fraudster and is no different than Corey Goode or David Wilcock. I don't know. You see, now if you look at Tyler's situation, that's fresh out of the closet. That just came out like a year ago. It's still new. It's still wet. Do we take these people in and just forgive them? Stan Romanek can never be forgiven for what he did. But was the message he was giving to everybody the right message? Did it make you feel good? Well, that's all that matters. Because in this world, you have to realize that people who look to make money in this field purposely lying are assholes, number one, but you should feel bad. You should be mad that these people ripped you off. And I understand what Cambion is saying. This guy's got a shady past. Fraud? Stalking? This guy's a little unstable. Well, he just got caught. A lot of people, more people that don't get caught than get caught are doing much worse. Not everybody gets caught. Just remember that, you know? More people are doing more harm than the people who got caught doing harm. So where you have one Glockner or one this guy, you've got 3 more just like it somewhere else who haven't been caught. Maybe 5 more. So you got to look out for yourself. Watch your own back, because that's all you can trust. You can't trust anybody in this field. Not 100%. I mean, there may be a few people I trust, but nobody's at 100% because I've been burned. You know? It's sad. It's sad. And same with them, with me. I wouldn't want them to trust me 100% because they've been burned. We've all been burned. And it sucks. But should they be allowed to be back into the arms and to the folds and working in ufology, making money? You have to look at this, and I hate to say it because I don't want it to be this, because I like to speak about things as I see them in the real world, all right? And if people are being honest, I want to know from those people, but they are hard to find. And the people who aren't honest are being supported by people who shouldn't be supporting them. I don't think we should support dishonest people, because this is the hardest place to get integrity and respect. That's why you don't do anything stupid. Speak of myself. I try not to be that stupid because somebody may want to take my reputation down. But listen to this.
It's known, friends. Now, some people would say that it's presumptive for me to assume that all of them knew that he was a convicted fraudster and felon. But I would submit to you that this is not a secret in the so-called UFO community. This information that Billy Carson, also known as William Tyrone Carlson, was a convicted criminal is well known. And other people have covered that story. I'm going to share something from my Twitter right now. So please bear with me, friends. So this is the mugshot that we get for William Tyrone Carlson from the Broward Sheriff's Office, and you can go there and get the court documents that detail his criminal offense and what he did. And what he did was he provided fake ID.
That's
in order to
true,
open a
Aaron.
bank account. So it's
Yes.
bank fraud nonetheless. And in fairness, let's assume that none of these people knew that he was a convicted criminal for fraud. Let's just assume none of them knew it. Well, having a business association with them, I would assume that they would be familiar with Mr. Carson, his previous work, his website, right? What he sells on his website. And what you get when you go to his website is a treasure trove of New Age garbage products. There's orgone. Oh, look, colloidal silver, right? So for these people to say, well, I didn't know he was a criminal, is very problematic. And it's going to be very interesting for me to see how each of these people, especially Jimmy Church, tries to wiggle out of this. The point I want to make to the UFO community is that this may be shocking to some people, that all these big UFO celebrities are working with criminals. But it's not so shocking, because some of these people have worked with convicted criminals before, either hosting them on their shows or using them as sources, using them as guests on their shows. And this is a problem in the UFO community, and no one will stand up and call it the problem that it is. And there's a reason for that. There's an unwritten rule in the UFO community, alien community. I've talked about it before. Don't bust balls on my cons and scams, and I won't bust balls on yours. Don't tell anybody that my sources are fake, and I won't tell anybody that yours are fake.
This is exactly what happened to me in the beginning of ufology with MUFON, and immediately after with Jaime Maussan. Immediately after. So I went from being somebody who grew very quickly in the beginning, like real fast. The website got almost up to 1 million after 9 months until the computer got shut down. That was difficult, but I was making friends with everybody, going on their shows. I was getting on TV in documentaries in my first year. And everybody, when I sent them stuff, I didn't know what I was recording. I just never seen anything like it before, and I couldn't figure it out because I was brand new. And I would send it to people. Popular people, yes, even, I can't remember the name, Brian Vike of HBCC UFO, super popular at the time, Casebook, UFO Casebook. I was on Jeff Rent's show a couple of times, that was super popular back then. Fast Walkers, all that stuff happened because I was unaware of the bullshit that happened behind the scenes until I sent something to MUFON and it looked really good. And they didn't want to take it. And I couldn't figure out why. It was the humanoid clip, Sorry, we don't think this fits our parameters for a UFO. No explanation why. Yet that video had almost 300,000 views, like right out of the gate on YouTube. It helped from the website too, but that thing is probably balloons. I know what I saw through the binoculars. It fits the description of and I think what a real humanoid would look like, but most likely they're probably balloons. I don't know. I don't know how it could be after what I saw through the binoculars. For another day. But anyway, these people and I think MUFON suppresses the real good stuff and shows you stuff that you really can't figure out. And then I've seen them post stuff that are just dots or are airplanes in the distance. It's a fireball. It's going real. It's not. It's an airplane and it's contrail near sunset. Jaime Maussan was accepting balloon bag videos, plastic garbage bag videos, and calling them UFOs, not knowing the whole story about that. But a friend of mine gave him the hefty bag. It reflected light, the sunlight. It looked like it was this diamond in the sky reflecting the sun. It was beautiful, actually. Got a standing ovation. And when Jaime found out what it was, he didn't care. And I found out Jaime's that way to this day. He still doesn't care. Now, you know what Jaime does? He goes back in the archives, not him personally, his team. They go back like 7-10 years when people forget about stuff. They take the sighting, they repurpose it, post it, new city, new witness, as if it's new. Can you believe it? In this day and age. That's what Jaime does. Mark Thorpe, a $20 super chat. Yo, whoa. Do whatever the F you want with it, Rich. Love the show. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. I remember now. Short-term memory. Thank you very much for that, Mark. $20 super chat. Madonna mia. Super generous, man. I don't have the thing with me. The bell. I tell you what. I'm going to get a bell tomorrow. I'm going to order one. I don't know where to look for one. But I saw one on Amazon I want to get. So, cowbell. Thank you, Mark. Mark Thorpe, everybody, with a $20 super chat. Super awesome. Do whatever. Never mind. So, I understand what Truth Seekers is saying. Why do these people, even though they know everybody's got a secret? I won't tell on your bullshit if you don't care about my bullshit. And when I found all that stuff was going on, because I would send people things, they wouldn't even try to figure it out. That looks great, Rich. Right up on the homepage of UFO Casebook, HBCC UFO, Jeff Frentz, it would make the top. And nobody asked me. I don't even know what it was. Probably a plane in the distance. It looked like a UFO, but I was honest about things. You know when everything changed for me? About 6 months in. About October-ish of 2004, I bought a lens. It was $200 lens that went on this camera. The regular Sony handy cams. And it cost as much as the camera at the time. I was able to zoom in 20 times magnification with this beautiful thing. And let me tell you, it solved almost all of my problems. Those things that were in the distance I was able to zoom in on turned out to be planes, balloons. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, oh my God. Everybody doesn't know. They must not. How can they not? How can they not know this? And then you realize people who own these websites don't do sky watching. They don't even have a camera. You want to talk about the #1 UFO channel? You know who he is. He doesn't even do that. And yet has the #1 UFO channel. I don't think that's right. I don't think you should have the #1 if you're not doing the work. That's the problem with this field. Nobody does the effing work. And nobody, and I'm sorry, Mr. Billy Carson, but now that I know that this guy's got a shady past, would I want my name associated with his? Oh my God, Rich Giordano? He's in this video with that what was it? Felon? Not everybody knows about everybody. I didn't know. Because I don't do that shit. I try not to worry about it. But when we accept these people into the fold, and they have a criminal history, should they be allowed to stay? Should they deserve a second chance? Because, maybe Billy learned from his mistakes. But let's say he was a murderer and he got out, and it's 20 years later, let's say, got out on good time. And he wants to get back into ufology. Do you let a murderer back into the folds? I don't think. That would be weird. That would be like taking Stan Romanek back. Don't you think? After him getting involved with the pedo. Do we let Stan Romanek back in? How can you let Stan Romanek back into this field? Wait a second, Bob. Wait a second. What is this? I agree with Rich's assessment of SOR and their homophobic chats. I have never said such a thing. I have never, ever once said anything about SOR's chats. That has never come out of my mouth. So I don't know why that makes me look like I said something about SOR. And homophobic chats? Did I? Am I forgetting something, Bob? Because I don't think I would ever mention anything having to do with that. Because that's on the edge. That's too edgy to talk about. Unless I meant it that way. I can't even recall. I mean, that's so odd. That's an odd thing to say. I wonder what I said. Yeah. No, I'd never. Oh, Bob said he said that. That's not what it looks like, brother. You said, I agree with Rich's assessment of SOR and their homophobic chats, which means Rich said something about SOR's homophobic chats, which I have not. That's what this means. Don't backpedal. Well, if I'm reading it wrong, explain. I think you already explained, no, that's what you said, but that's not what I said. Oh, I see what you're saying. I really don't. I'm just trying to cover backpedal. Anyway. So, it's bad grammar. I know. No, not you. I know. Sorry, it was an accident. I saw Bob and I went right at it. No, I didn't say Bob M. I said Bob Great. Never mind. Ain't gonna happen, Graham. Ain't gonna happen. I know it wasn't Bob B. It was Bob Gray. There's like a 20-second delay on the show and everything's getting misconstrued. Thank you, Shane. I got it tuned. SOR? I don't know what SOR mean. What does SOR mean? Sold out, spaced out radio. All right. Yeah, exactly, Stephen A. Exactly. Thank you. So let's get back on track. So, I am putting the link to the show into the email for Paul Cargo because he says he has some revelations. He says he has a couple of disclosure revelations that agree with my ideologies, and he thinks they should be discussed, so I just sent him the link, and we'll see what he says in a few minutes. I am going to play a clip real quick while we wait for him, and then I'm going to play this clip, and then, is that true, Bob? I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't been in SOR since April. Oh, Paul Geary's leaving? I'm trying to be a time. I absolutely love you. Oh, thanks a lot, Paul. Well, take care, man. Get some sleep. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, man. That was a nice, look at that message. That looks cool. Hearts and everything. All right, hold on. All right. That's all right, man. Paul, you don't have to apologize, brother. I'm happy you're here now. Come on, guys. Let's let Spaced Out Radio off the hook here for a minute. Thanks, Tom. Thomas. Tom? Look, he's got his own deal over there. Thank you, Felix. Dave's got his own stuff. What is it you're trying to prove about said people? About said people. The thing I was saying, and I think I said it. Do we allow these people back into the mix? Okay? Do we allow somebody, and I'll just because it's the most recent of recent, Secure Team. You know the history, I'm not going to get into it. To work with him is a dangerous walk on the tightrope. Okay? Because of his recent past, the only reason anybody would work with that organization now is because of the 2.04 million subscribers, which is really a million now. It's really a half, because a lot of those were from tabloids. And if you don't understand, when people grow from tabloids, it's really a false positive. He got the 2 million subscribers, but 2 million aren't around. It's really almost half. His numbers should be way higher if he had 2 million. Maybe 1.25. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. Plus, he was gone for a year. But do you bring him back? Jimmy Church had him on his show. And I do, although it was me and Tyler talked to me about it. I refused to respond. But a couple, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 now, I don't know, Tyler reached out to me. And we had a discussion back and forth about why I went after him the way I did, why I didn't like why he was what we saw on video. And he says, I've already, gotten help for everything, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, but you have the #1 channel on the internet. Of course I'm going to talk about it. And then I told him why I didn't like what happened and why I was so angry with him. Because in my opinion, and even after speaking with him, I still don't think he's assumed responsibility for what he did. After I told him that a drunk driver killed my brother and explained to him, every time I saw you run into mailboxes, it reminded me of my brother getting hit. He didn't care. How dare you bring your family, your dead family member into this conversation and relate it to me? How dare you? I said, the reason I bring it up is because what you did reminded me of what happened. Duh. Couldn't even say I'm really sorry about that. Couldn't say it. Never once apologized for anything. Never once took any responsibility in our conversation. Why would anybody want to work with somebody like that? So he goes on Jimmy Church talking about how he almost died and all that stuff. Whatever. It is what it is. I told him I wouldn't talk bad about him, and I'm not going to. I'm just explaining the conversation he and I had. That's all. I don't want to talk bad. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I brought it up. See how hard it is? I can't stop talking about it. He's right. He's right. I can't stop talking about him, he tells me. It's not true. I just get animated over something that irks me so bad, and somebody who acted the way he did and still does to this day irks me. It really does. It's wrong. Anyway, I haven't heard from Paul Cargo, so I'm going to play this video. I don't know where I was going. I had something here. Oh my God, I have got to play this video for you. This may be the best evidence I've ever seen for ghost interaction, for somebody being touched by something you can't see. I think this is by far real. I can't believe I never thought I would see this, but this looks so freaking genuine to me in every way. You've got to check this out. This comes from, of all places, Slapped Ham, but it was embedded in a video, a 22-minute video. This is unbelievable. These two guys go into a haunted location, and I'm saving time here by telling you. And he sits down and he closes his eyes and he's trying to connect with whatever. And what you're about to see looks real, what happens to him. So he's sitting there in a room trying to make contact, psychic connection. Here we go.
The investigators later find that a ladder inexplicably fell over while they were interacting with the Ouija board. The final scene of the video finds the two men back in the noose room. One of them sits down, undergoing sensory deprivation.
Was that you that knocked the ladder over downstairs?
The cameraman asks some questions.
Why are you here?
After about 30 seconds, something truly terrifying happens. Watch.
Why are you staying here?
Whoa.
Why
Come
are you
on.
staying here? Dude, go.
Come on.
The YouTuber's beanie is slowly pulled back by an invisible force.
Dude, go.
Wow. I'm telling you.
Response, the two men jump up and run out of the room.
Why are you staying here? Dude, go.
If that doesn't look real, I don't know, man. I mean, that is to me, that to me is the best thing I've ever seen.
The scene of the video finds the two men back in the noose room. One of them sits down, undergoing sensory deprivation.
Look at his face.
you
Watch
that
what
knocked the
happens.
ladder
Watch his
downstairs?
face. So he freaks out.
The cameraman asks some questions.
Why are you here?
After about 30 seconds, something truly terrifying happens. Watch.
Why are you staying here? Why are you staying here? Dude, go.
Oh, that is so creepy looking.
The YouTuber's beanie is slowly
Watch his
pulled
face.
back by an invisible force.
Dude, go.
I don't know, man. That guy freaked out. That must have felt
In
weird.
response, the two men jump up and run out of the room.
Why are you staying here? Dude, go.
That is so cool.
Thousands of viewers of this video have been stunned by the beanie being pulled backwards. Many took it as a sign that the spirit or spirits of the church were starting to get upset and decided to spook the boys in order to get them out of the building.
Dude, go.
The community's here.
That's a trip. Told you. Hey, pulling his beanie wouldn't have enough force to pull his whole head over, but you don't know if it made his head move. You know what I mean? You don't know if his head was pushed. We never find out what he said afterwards, unfortunately. You really can't say because you weren't there. I'm telling you, that looks real. I thought the same thing. Well, why would his head move? Well, his head might have moved because the thing may have hit him and moved his head over. Or he felt like maybe his head was... Hey, people have been pushed, lifted off the ground. Objects have been picked up that, like, bricks and stuff. Come on, man. All right. So we got Paul Cargo coming into the show. He just made connect with us, so I'm going to bring him in, and we're going to hear about this possible revelation. What's up, Mr. Cargo?
Richard, you're good.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Your sound's cutting out.
All right, hold on. Let's see what we can do. How's that, Rick?
It's still cutting out.
Hold on.
There's an echo. Hold on. I think I got it. Let me get rid of this.
Are we clear?
I think so.
Beautiful. Like I said, California agrees with you, Richard.
California agrees with me. Yes, it does. And I agreed with it. I'm telling you, just to get out and do stuff was exciting for me. So I think that was really the cure-all for me. And the nice weather and good friends, good people. Real good time. I hear an echo on your end. Do you have a speaker open?
Not anymore.
Okay. All right. So thank you for messaging me, first of all. I appreciate that. And wanting to come on tonight to explain what you think is a revelation for disclosure. So what do you mean by that?
Well, I've been listening to everyone. I listened to post UFO Jesus. I listened to Lou, and the only thing that Lou said that made sense to me was that he wasn't going to sacrifice national security in any way, shape, or form.
For disclosure.
For disclosure, that is correct.
Right.
That's the only thing he said that was the truth. So how can he, how can he possibly even say yes or no? Any admission whatsoever would be some compromise of national security. If he said we don't know, or we do know, or we can know, we have the instruments, we don't have the instruments, that's all national security interest. He can't do any of that.
Right.
In other words, he's doing 100% opposite of what he's claiming to do. He doesn't want disclosure. He can't have disclosure.
Yeah, you're echoing exactly what I said the other day, last week.
You're absolutely right. And it hit me when you were out in California having a round table, and I said, and I mean, these guys think that Lockheed Martin's involved in Palmdale and all these, the Tic Tacs are made locally, and they might be, but they can never say any of that. They can't say yes or no. They're going to say nothing and continue to say nothing like they had for 70 years. It's an ace in a hole, to the military of the United States. They're not going to give that information up.
Right. It is the ace in a hole of all holes. You got that right. So what's this revelation you've come up with?
The revelation is it's going to have to be done by people like yourself.
I know.
You're not going to pry it from the government. You're going to have to go out there and do this old school. You're going to have to talk to the secretary of somebody involved at the Palmdale 42 plant. You're going to have to get this information through a whistleblower, only like Bob Lazar, only a legitimate one, because nobody is going to give this stuff up freely. No military person is. Lou definitely is not.
You know what bothers me? That these whistleblowers, even though they come out and tell us everything, they still don't give us anything. And I want a whistleblower who doesn't have any family left. There's got to be some of them out there.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Just say, here's what we got. Here's the proof. But nobody has ever done that. And there's people who've tried, and then we found out they were lying.
That's the big problem. Even if they're not lying, the government will make you believe they are.
But I'm saying after all this time, nobody has snuck out a picture of the UFOs that Bob Lazar saw, the 9 of them. Nobody's ever snuck that out, even with all the technology we have today.
It's a valuable secret. No, it's that important.
So nobody has ever thought about putting a small microchip under their skin or, put it in a cut and then they can walk through the scanners so your skin, they can't detect it. What do they have? These security measures that you have, they check your skin, they make you get naked. So every time you leave I know.
That's what they're going to have to do.
That's what I would have done it already. I would have cut something out and put it in my muscle and try to get away with it. I guess the risk, is it worth the reward?
know, it's going to have to be, like you said, somebody with who's dying, has no family. You know, and you're also right. There's very few people like yourself who is doing the research. Very few. This CARLSON guy, right after Steve, first of all, props to Steve Cambion. He did a lot of research. And right after he was on, got done with CARLSON, he was on the Travel Channel, you know, doing a big expose about Area 51. And in this case, go after the sponsors of the show. Go, you know, tell Coca-Cola. Look who you're supporting. This guy's a grifter. All these bad people like CARLSON are not helping the effort. They're making it harder instead of easier. Disclosure will never come. I tried explaining that to UFO Jesus. He doesn't want to hear it. He thinks the government's going to help.
No way. They can't.
Someone's going to have to go sleep, you know, in the mountains in a tent with your lens and really put the time in.
There's better lenses than that, I tell you right now.
Sure, yeah, I mean,
but that's right. Somebody needs to
go ahead.
Somebody needs to put on a ghillie suit, spend a week out in the desert, and crawl on that ground. You know what I mean? And just see if they can get something on camera. Didn't one guy claim to do that? And he accidentally broke into Area 51 and stayed there?
Went across the whole place. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how he did it.
He did it, though.
Something.
But nowadays, you know, it's a little bit more secure, I think. But nonetheless, nobody's walking around with video evidence or an alien body part. So where do we go? There's not much more you can do that's going to impress anybody now. So, you know, it better be really, and even if we get really good footage or evidence, we're all going to be so skeptical.
Remember Saddam Hussein? And all they wanted him to do was admit to having weapons of mass destruction. Well, he went to his death, and they asked him why he never admitted it, because he didn't want his enemies to know one way or the other. Just like we don't want our enemies to know one way or the other the information we hold. And we're not giving that up. Lou said he's not giving it up.
Now,
Lou is the guy you call when you catch someone doing something like that.
Lou seems like he's the guy that could break it all wide open if he wanted to, right? Isn't that the impression he gives?
That's what he's trying to say, yep.
But he said he's seen things, he's talked to Lockheed, he knows things he can't discuss. Doesn't mean he has evidence to back it up, which is the perfect out for him in any conversation now. So he already made it so. I'm never going to, do this, and never for disclosure. Never? What if they were coming after him and they tried to take him out? What would he do then?
I think he is them.
Of course he is.
He's the guy who's coming after people.
Yeah, of course he is.
That's my only revelation. This is going to get harder than easier.
It's never going to get easier. It's never. And then we've got people now, this story, I guess, of what's his name having a history and all that. We've got a bunch of these people who ruin it for the public.
Grifters. They're just grifters. He's trying to auction off a limousine, a Rolls Royce.
But there's so many of them, and people support these people in the public that shouldn't be supported. This is a tough business we're in, man. This is why nothing ever gets done. Nothing will ever get to proving there are aliens here. We know there's UFOs, but we don't know who's flying, driving, or whatever did these things. That's all.
You got YouTube working against you, Google working against you. You're right. If there's shadow, there's absolutely shadow banning. Absolutely. So. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, I think so. And that's what they're trying to do. So your revelation is that there is never going to be disclosure.
Not on the government end, never.
Not on the government end. So let's say it happens. How would the public bring disclosure and people believe it then?
I'm going to think it's going to be a whistleblower. It's going to be
a government guy.
Somebody or a government contractor. It's going to be someone with, like
Phil,
you said,
but
no
Phil
family.
Schneider tried that.
You know,
And look what happened to him. We don't know, but there's a lot of strange circumstances surrounding Phil Schneider.
and even before he died, they flooded the networks with all kind of with possibly false information that he was a head case.
Yeah.
He had all kind of problems.
Yeah, but that was after the fact. That was after he had his encounter and supposedly shot with the laser.
You know, what about Ben Rich? Is that his name?
The head of Lockheed?
Yeah. I mean, he came
He
out.
said it.
He said, we can take ET home.
Right. That's amazing in itself right there.
It's a hell of a statement.
That's almost like a disclosure in a way. If you really think about it, that guy just told you everything in that sentence.
It didn't work.
Did they say anything to negate what he said? I don't remember.
Remember, he held up the little picture of the alien in that same statement when he had a little picture of him that supposedly was of an alien body or an alien alive. And people went out of their way to, track it back to an old picture of a cartoon or a video game. Then it was a gentleman from Israel, the head of the, Israeli Satellite Defense Forces. And they said he was out of his mind, and he basically had disclosure. And that was recently. They said he had dementia, and his grandkids were giving him books about aliens. And, that's the worst part for these people. They're going to get dragged through the mud as soon as they break the truth out.
Hey, what do you think is next now? Because I know in a couple of months they're supposed to drop part 2 of the 180-day thing, right? Isn't there's supposed to be talks in Congress going to be starting and all that stuff in maybe September-ish. I don't know I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest with you. Not right now. Did you hear anything else on this?
The only thing I heard is that there was the Black Vault came out.
John Greenwald.
John Greenwald said there was a bunch of problems. The original report to Congress was supposed to be 80 or 90 pages. Lou said it was going to be 17 pages. Now he's nothing but problems. He's got FOIA requests to find out what the heck's going on.
And is waiting.
Yeah, everyone's waiting. You're in a tough business, Rich.
That's why I don't even bother doing FOIA requests. I tried it. And I'm like, I can't. I just can't wait. I don't have the patience. John's already doing it. If I need anything, I'll ask him.
He's got it down with science.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good at that stuff, man. He's been doing it for 30 years, I think. So good for him. He's the master of the FOIA request.
And where's it gotten him? Nowhere.
No, but the conversation's fun nonetheless, and it just shows you the massive maze and puzzle we have to go through to get any answers. And then once we get close, they take us back 2 steps.
Must be something pretty important.
Oh, God. I can't imagine. They said we couldn't even imagine it, right? It's magical.
Magical. It's world changing, and they're going to hold on to it, whether or not it gives them a tactical advantage in any kind of, confrontation with any kind of enemy. They're not giving it up.
Well, I don't. Go ahead. You were going to say.
I just want to put my 2 cents in, say you're doing a hell of a job. And it's just a tough gig, man. You got a tough business.
Yeah, man, it's the worst. Everybody's telling the truth and everybody's lying. It's the best of both worlds.
A lot of hustlers out there.
I didn't have your name up with mine. I'm sorry about that. It's Paul Cargo, everybody. Hey, thanks for chiming in. I'm glad you decided to connect with me and we can talk about this.
I missed the original link. I didn't realize it was in my email feed.
It wasn't. I put it in there 10 minutes before you came on.
All right, sir.
All right,
I'll be in touch. You have a good afternoon.
Yeah, please do. We'll have you back on.
Peace.
Awesome, man. That was cool. I always like having people surprise me like that. Paul Cargo, everybody. So the show's going to run a little longer because I did want to talk about me, Third Phase, and Dark Hour Paranormal are working on a USO documentary, a little short something, just for the internet. And I am going to be working on the Gulf Coast Michael's going to be working on the Atlantic coast, and third phase of moon is working on the Pacific part of the, USO topic. So we're all doing something a little different, but all the same, right? So I wanted to kick this off just to show you a piece of what I'll be doing, but this is just a little bit. This is a third phase this third phase of moon report. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's part of what I'm working on, and they're going to be, why are you showing this? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, man. All right. I'll tell you what. I'll keep my stuff on the side then, and we'll talk about something else. Here's a something that happened 50 years ago or so, 55 years ago. Florida men recall UFO close encounters 50 years ago. This is a pretty good story, so I'm going to play this. It's not the USO thing, but it's just something that I thought was fun to play. This is actually from news, too.
Bill Schroeder and his cousin Dennis Force were both in the military stationed in South Florida during the Cold War with Russia.
We routinely had Russian Bear bombers flying along the Florida coast, and our job was to keep an eye on them, and if anything penetrated airspace, to shoot them down.
And they both remember the night they say America's sensitive military equipment picked up on something zooming through the skies.
They had several unidentified flying objects. They didn't know what they were. All they knew, they were going in excess of 5,000 miles an hour.
It was clear they were flying a grid pattern. The amazing thing about it was they were doing perfect right angle turns at almost supersonic speed, which that immediately caught my eye because it's something I had never seen before.
They've shared their experience with this group, the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON for short, whose Florida director tells Fox 4 by phone the cousin's story is one of many.
Florida has a plethora of case files. We roughly reach about 40 to 50 cases a month. Typically, we're number 2 in the country for reports.
At least one memorable report came from numerous people in Cape Coral.
They described it as completely silent with the lights on, and they saw these large stadium-like lights that were pointing down and traveling across the skyline of...
Amazing. Amazing. Now, if these are real, this is truly unbelievable. Yeah, we still got a few minutes left. They described it as completely silent with the lights on, and they saw these large stadium-like lights that were pointed down and was traveling along the skyline of Cape Coral. Man, that ain't far from where I live. That's what I like about Florida, man. The whole peninsula, even the panhandle. And you throw a dart, you're going to hit a UFO sighting in one of these areas. There's a lot of... I found a really cool story in Lakeland, which I want to investigate one-on-one with and find the witnesses. So I'm going to work on that. But this is amazing. I just, Florida's a trip, man. I'm learning a lot about Florida.
He says another report came from a Fort Myers man who said he was
Fort
injured
Myers
in a UFO encounter in the Everglades.
This big beam of light came out and hit him right in the forehead. He described it like being hit by a sledgehammer. He was knocked out. In fact, he was knocked out for 24 hours, according to doctors.
The night of their experience, the cousins say the Air Force sent supersonic fighters to intercept what was flying through the skies over South Florida. But they say the jets found nothing, leaving a sense of bewilderment and awe back at the Battle Control Center, or BCC.
It's really amazing. I was
pretty amazing. So a lot of stuff going on in Florida. It's a really good place to live for UFOs, I found out. Really good place for UFOs. I'm looking for another story here. What is this? The Matrix 4 theory? No, we're not doing that. What? Check this out. A multi-million-dollar search for extraterrestrials / UAP. Breaking news coming tomorrow. Has anybody heard about this?
Hey guys, I got big news coming out this Monday, the 26th of July at 7 a.m. Eastern. There's going to be a big press conference involving the search for extraterrestrial alien technosignatures and also microbial or biosignatures. I am pleased to be the source for breaking news. Hey guys, I got big news coming out this Monday, the 26th of July at 7 a.m. Eastern. There's going to be a big...
Did he say the 26th of July? Tomorrow, yeah.
Press conference involving the search for extraterrestrial alien technosignatures and also microbial or biosignatures. I am pleased to be the source for breaking news, the first podcast with the leaders of this new endeavor, backed by millions of dollars in private funding, to look into the case of the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena, which, as you know, is...
That's Dr. Brian Keating. So tomorrow? Did he say at 7 a.m. Eastern?
This Monday, the 26th of July, at 7 a.m. Eastern, there's going...
7 a.m. Eastern. And he said he... Is it going to be here? I guess I better subscribe, right? I should be awake, but I didn't know about this. Yeah, scripted, of course. Hey, how you doing? Whoops. David Denham, how you doing from the UK? You think this guy's scripted? Paul Geary, are you still here? What is he doing? I thought he was leaving an hour ago. Glad you're still here. This guy's scripted?
Going to be a big press conference involving the search for extraterrestrial alien...
Oh yeah, he's reading.
And also microbial...
Oh yeah, that's scripted.
I am pleased to be the source for breaking news, the first podcast with the...
So it is here. I don't understand. Oh, this definitely does not look like him. I'm telling you right now, that's photoshopped. I don't know. Wait a second. That's this here tomorrow. All right, let's set a reminder.
The search for extraterrestrial intelligence is coming from originally comes from Jodie Foster / Jill Tarter hearing this radio impulses on a large radio telescope.
I tell you what, I have a hunch that is just what do you call it? Just promotion. What do you call it when they're promoting really nothing? That's me saying tomorrow I am going to have the answer to all of your problems. Clickbait. It's like a clickbait ad, right? Isn't that what that is right there? That's all that is. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. But I'll check it out. I'm not going to wake up, but if I'm, for it, but if I'm up already, I'll check it out. I'm not going to go live. That guy's not going to say, hey, there's an announcement. We found, alien metal. Here it is, and hold it up. It's just like what they said in Roswell. No, that's not going to happen. That's not what's going to happen. I really don't feel like going, but we're going to have to go. It's the end. It's the end of the show. So I do want to thank everybody. Thank my moderators, super chatters. Go. Thank you for everything all week long. Appreciate what you've done. You've given the support. Even tonight, the support's been phenomenal. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for accepting me back into the normalcy. Hey, this studio will be changed very soon. Tomorrow will be halfway done. And then I have to order more of those bricks. So, anyway, thank you very much, veterans and newcomers. Thank you for spending even 5 to 15 minutes here, giving the show a chance. If you like it, please come back, subscribe, share, and thumb up it. Yeah, right up. So thank you for giving the show a chance. That's all we ask. And we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on the tubes. And if you ain't looking up, oh, I'll be doing a third phase UFO report later. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. For ufology. Good night, everybody.
Yes, I am. Well, I'm not. I don't care if he does finally go. The power Frida, I beg you. Think about what you're doing. Everyone says he's a wicked man. What about it? Who wants to be good if being good is singing hymns and praying all day long? He's doing what's best for us, I'm sure. It might be best for you. It's not for me. I'm going, and you might as well stop arguing about it. You know what will happen if you do. Stop it, you're